Year 2, Miss Vaughan here to show you your maths for today. And today's maths, we are reasoning again. Okay, so not just finding out an answer, knowing why an answer is what it is. So before we start, let's recap odd and even numbers. So an odd number isn't divisible by 2. You cannot share an odd number with 2 people. There's always something left over. Okay, so for 1, you can't share one thing between 2 people. For 3, you could go 1 for me, 1 for you, then you have 1 left over. For 5, 1 for me, 1 for you, 1 for me, 1 for you, and 1 left over. Okay, so those are our odd numbers: 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9. And then our even numbers, you know what family they're in. They are in the 2's family. So 2, 4, 6, 8, or they have a 0 in the 1's column. So let's have a quick recap of odd and even numbers. Which column do we look at when we are deciding whether a number is odd or even? I wonder. So if I pop this number here, we've got a 2 in the 10s and a 2 in the 1s. We only have to look at the 1s column. So if there's a 2 in the 1s, that's even because it's 2, 4, 6, 8, or a 0. Let's have a look at 55. So there's a 5 in the 1s column. 2, 4, 6, 8, 0. Nope, so that must be odd. Let's look at this number, 104. We don't need to look at the hundreds. We don't need to look at the 10s. We just look at the 1s. There's 4 1s, 2, 4, 6, 8, 0. I said 4. And then let's look at this number, 121. So what's in the 1s column? It's a 1, and 1 is odd. I can't share one thing with 2 people. Number 9, 2, 4, 6, 8, 0. Nope, must be odd. Number 15. Well, if I knew that 55 is odd, 15 must be odd too. 12, 2 in the 1s, must be even. 31, 1 in the 1s column. I can't share 1 with 2 people. 50, 2, 4, 6, 8, 0. It has a 0 in the 1s. It must be even. 27, 7 in the 1s. Nope, must be odd. And then the number 2 is 0, 2. It's in the 2's family, of course. So that's our odd and even numbers. So you're going to have a series of statements today, and you need to give me 4 number sentences to prove or disprove the statement. So to say whether it's true or false. So if you halve a number in the 10s family, the answer is always odd. So halving a number is dividing it by 2. So if I write the number sentence, any number in the 10s family, let's do 20, divided by 2 equals. So 20 divided by 2. Let's count in 2s until we get to 20. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. I have 10 fingers, so my answer is 10. So if you halve a number in the 10s family, the answer is always odd. Well, 10's even, so that's not odd. So at the minute, our statement is false because we haven't got an odd answer. Let's try 30 divided by 2 and see what that equals. So if I can't count in 2s that far, of course, I can use the sharing method and share out 30. So 1, 2, and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 dots in one of those tummies. Ooh, so my first answer was even because it has a 0 in the 1s column, but my second answer is odd. So I've got two statements to help me here. So let's do another one. Let's do 40. 40 divided by 2 equals. So what's clever about dividing by 2 or halving is that you can halve the tens and then halve the ones. So if I've got the number 40, 40 is 4 tens. So if I halve it, I've got 2 this side and 2 this side, I've got 10, 20. And I can't half 0 because there's nothing there. So then my answer would be 20. And then let's try 100 divided by 2. So if I halve 100, I can use my number bonds to 10. I know if I've got 10, half of it is 5 because I've got 5 and 5 is 10. Half of it's 5. So half of 100 is, this is 10 tens, 5 tens, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So half of 100 is 50. And I know that 50 is even because it has a 0 in the ones column. So my answers here are even, odd, even, and even. So let's look at the statement again. If you halve a number in the tens family, the answer is always odd. Well, is my answer always odd? No. So this statement is false. Okay, so you need to do 4 number sentences to prove it, use a method to help you solve the problems, and then circle whether it is true or false. So here's an example for you, and this is on your sheet. If I add 3 odd numbers together, the answer is always odd, true or false. And Miss Warren thought that this statement was true. Let's see. 5 add 5 add 5 is 15. That is odd. 13 add 13 add 13 is 39. I added the tens, 10, 20, 30, and then 3, 6, 9. That's odd. 7 add 7 add 7. 7 add 7 is 14, which is even. But if I add another 7, it's 21, which is odd. And then 25 add 25 add 25 is 75, and that's odd too. So, yep, this statement is true because the answer is always odd. Notice how Miss Warren put an O at the end, so I know if the answer is odd or even, so I can just quickly check. So how much evidence do you need for each statement, year 2? Miss Warren would like 4 number sentences for each statement, and you circle whether it's true or false. So I'm not going to do these ones because these are your job. This is your job, but I am going to explain what number sentences we need. So statement 1, if you add 2 odd numbers together, the answer is always odd. So you've just got to pick 2 odd numbers, any ones you want, add them together and see if the answer is odd. Statement 2, if you double an odd number, the answer is always even. That one's interesting. So you've got to pick any odd number again and then add it to itself. So you could do 5 add 5, you could do 15 add 15, you could do 27 add 27. Any odd number, adding it to itself, that's doubling. Statement 3, if you halve any even number, the answer is always odd. That one's interesting. So pick 4 even numbers, divide them by 2 or share them out between 2, and then see if the answer is always odd. Is the answer always odd? Statement 4, if you add 3 even numbers together, you always get an odd answer. So this time you've got to pick 3 even numbers. You could pick 2, 4, and 6. You could pick 16, 4, and 2. You could pick any 3 even numbers to see if it is if you get an odd answer. Statement 5, if you divide any even number by another even number, the answer is always even. So that's a tricky one. So an even number divided by another even number to see if the answer is even. So I could pick 20 divided by 4 and see if my answer is even. I could pick 8 divided by 2. Any even number divided by another even number. Be careful with this one, because if you choose to divide it by a number that doesn't fit into it, it might not work. And then statement 6, When I add two consecutive numbers together, the answer's odd. So consecutive means next to. So if Miss Warren counts from 0 to 10, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 5 and 6 are consecutive because they're next to each other. 1 and 2 are consecutive because they're next to each other. So you just need to do 4 number sentences with 2 numbers that are next to each other. And today's maths, although it seems quite tricky and long, it's really interesting to find your answers. And then statement 7, if you get on to purple, 50, 70 and 90 are odd numbers, true or false. So you need to divide these numbers by 2 or halve them to see if they are odd. You also can only do 3 number sentences for this one because there's only 3 questions there. Statement 8, if I add 3 2-digit numbers together, the answer's always even. So this is any 2-digit numbers, any 3 you like. So it could be 21, 52 and 15. Any 3-digit numbers, add them together and see if your answer is even. So you need to today prove or disprove the statement, complete 4 number sentences, except for the one that you only need 3 of, and then circle whether it's true or false. So that was a lot to listen to, lots to go through there. So if you need to go back to the video and rewind it for each statement, please do. And if you get stuck, we are here to help.